Alright guys, now it is 7:19 p.m. Sorry, a.m. It's 6th of August 2025, of course. Yes, I woke up today at 5:30 a.m. though my alarm sounded at 5 a.m. so I went from the bed to the alarm, you know. The bottle was on the phone, you know. And so I kind of had to take it, and of course I drank some water out of it. I think that is the cause behind the fact that despite going to bed again at 5 and 2, like at 2 past 5 p.m, sorry, a.m. again, I'm not the prince with such an hour, accustomed with such an hour in terms of waking up at it. Yeah, I think because I drank water at 5 a.m, I was able to naturally wake up back at 5:30 a.m. So it is a very intelligent decision, I would say, to put your phone like this. By the way, I have here like a box, and I think it simplified the process because I was able to do this. You know, but sure, we can also do it here. See, like this. I would say it is effective. It definitely is effective, as you see, which is cool, I would say. Yeah, so I also came to this conclusion, important conclusion, that it takes me about 30 minutes to get from that mediocre school to that better school where are these talented guys in robotics, you know. And yes, I can tell you that I get out of the home at 7:45, and I think I got there, which is pretty interesting, in 10 minutes, in 10 to 15 minutes. I don't remember sure though, you know, this phrase, use it or you lose it. I've gotta use my memory far more often, so I don't regret not taking the phone with me to write in the notes that shit. No, you know, there is an entrepreneur called Dan Martell. He's a public figure, and he has all this productivity tips type of videos for entrepreneurs, and he uses to say, don't remember so many things. It just occupies some mental space that could have been occupied with creativity, and therefore you could have made more creative decisions, you know, which is very important in entrepreneurship, by the way. Which is very important in entrepreneurship, I would want to tell you guys. I would want to tell you guys that in entrepreneurship, creativity is crucial. You know, you don't have all the informations, you know, as I don't have them here. I mean, all the tools. Therefore, the information is like, what is the distance, in fact, the length of that curvature, you know, guys. Right, so here's my camera again. That's it, guys. I guess it took me to get to that school in no more than 20 minutes. But bro, given that I was at home in 25 minutes, probably it took me 30 minutes, so I think I should always get out of the house anyways at 7:40 a.m. I'm not sure I'll wake up the next days too at this time, which means that I'll also get out of the house at 7:45, you know. That's it, guys. I ate yogurt because I don't want to cook in the morning. It's just a waste of time, you know. So I want to tell you that today I haven't really made a meditation type of video, so I have to post it in the detailed playlist, detailed proof of my progress. on YouTube now, because I have like meditated about this day, like even yesterday, you know. And so yeah, so let's get back to work. How much money do I have? Let's see. Yeah, guys, I got 712 lays, and yes, it seems I have more. It is because my mom kinda gave me back those 49 lays, with 51 lays in plus, which means 100 lays. It's like a banknote, coupure in French, I think. So it probably is in English the same, because I think there are French words in English. Anyways, yes, 712 lays. I will definitely not buy some another blueberries out of this money that my mom gave me to buy another blueberries, not at all. I'll just spend some money with her bank card to take essential elements for my creativity, work, productivity. Not elements, but bro, products, like eating products, like vegetables, meat, yogurt, you know. Here's the money. Alright, guys, so before me telling you like what I expect to do today in terms of the results of some productive actions that I wouldn't mention necessarily, I've got to tell you that I got this amazing idea, which is that you don't really have to be an engineer. You don't have to become an engineer, bro. Don't create things like this to put them perfectly here. Just do this. So you know this, right? They fit, but look how it looks like, right? This thing that you have been able to do in CAD is wrong, right? You see, they don't fit, right? You know what is the essential problem, bro? The root problem of this not being able to move throughout this piece. The fucking diameter of this, bro. All you have to do right now is to basically enter in on shape, you know, and like make this diameter lesser. It's preposterously bigger. But you know, that's it, right? You don't have to make every length of this like perfect. I mean, any length of this, right? You just have to make sure that this is able to fit here. So after you know you have like made this diameter lesser in on shape, you are gonna print that thing from on shape, the new thing, and you're gonna see if it fits here. Wait, if it doesn't fit, you'll change your strategy, right? You know, what is important for me is for this to fit, you know, similar to this. Then I'll do like this in CAD so that it fits with this, you know, most importantly with this. And also just little less important, little lesser important with this. This to fit with this, you know, because like I needed to know to create an on shape eventually. Let me show you. Like this little innovation. You remember like this automated dispenser with the RFID bracelet, man, right? And you're gonna be able to create something in on-shape, also in on-shape around these things, you know. But it's modified, right? In such a way, you'll be able to create it, that after you print it, it will be a pretty great fit, I would say, to like this, you know? Because your goal isn't to print like every piece that you have made in Onshape, right? You don't want to print something like this, you know, necessarily. You'd print them just to see if Onshape lengths are correct, but then you'd probably throw it like you don't even need it, you know? Like, you don't really need it, to be honest. Maybe to sell them on 999, that MD, but who cares? It's like Amazon in Moldova, guys, or AliExpress in Moldova. Created in Moldova too, by the way. That's my idea, my man. After I see momentum, that I'm able to create this correctly in Onshape, this correctly in Onshape, this correctly in Onshape, right? This, very importantly, correct in Onshape, this. Holy shit. Then everything will be alright. By the way, this is a very important idea. Given that you don't want to spend so much money, you gotta ask these guys to create to you, like, to create you not such a dense fucking piece. You need it to be like less qualitative, because you don't even need it to be durable. All you need, man, is to make it as a, I would say, punkt de ghidare. I think in English it will be guiding point. Exactly. You use it as a guiding point in real life to see if you have made it correct in Onshape. That is the most simplified way I can explain it to you guys. Yeah, so my goal is today, in terms of concrete results, to make this in Onshape with a lesser diameter. If I was to guess, I think... Alright guys, so I got to tell you that, given that the diameter of this is 99.08 and the diameter of this is 96.75 millimeters, of course, whether you believe in it or not, the difference between the diameters is like approximately, in fact exactly it is 2.33 millimeters, but the differences between their radiuses, like this minus this, because this radius is bigger than this one, the difference between the radiuses is gonna be like the half of the differences between their diameters, and the differences between their radiuses is gonna be like 1.165 millimeters. Right, that's it. So you gotta make this little like lesser with this, which is 1.165 millimeters, just this, but here will also be minus 1.165 millimeters, like this. But you know, that's it, guys. So that is my estimate, and of course I'll post this in the detailed playlist of my progress in terms of proof. 83.8 millimeters, guys, is the diameter of this. It is something different, sure. Let me tell you what is the diameter of this right now. Because until now we're talking about the diameter of this, you know. So the diameter of this is, guys, 81.8 millimeters is the diameter of this. As I remember, it's like 83 and something. Alright, now let me do some calculations, guys. So guys, the difference between the diameter of this and the diameter of this, guys, is exactly 2 millimeters, which is interesting. differences between their radiuses. It's like 1 millimeter, you know. All right, but I think there's also like one more important thing, which is this. It's optional, but I think I'm gonna measure it too. 64.2 millimeters, guys, is the diameter of this. I've measured it like this, you know. Let me tell you the diameter of this. All right, so my first calculation would be that here is like 60 millimeters. The second one is 60.72 millimeters. The third one is 60.39. So I got 60.39. Let me do just the average of them. All right, the average is 60.4 millimeters for this. All right, let me check how much is this so that we see the difference. It is the final step, guys, in terms of knowing the differences. All right, guys, I've discovered that the difference between their diameters is in fact 3.8 millimeters, which is amazing. Amazing. You know, guys, I have fucking forgotten that yesterday I put myself this goal to like switch from tasks like this: 90 minutes business, 90 minutes history, 90 minutes game manual 0, then 90 minutes like business, and then history, you know, because our priorities like for today were like this: business, then history, then game manual 0, then again business, then again history, then again manual 0, reading. Yes, it's kinda like that, so I've gotta watch there, like, if I have mistaken this. But yeah, if I did, then I have to know it. If I didn't, then what did I fucking do? And you know, I think I got this incredible idea as a strategy, which is, guys, that I'm probably gonna lose all my money just on improving the accuracy I work with in Onshape. So I will have finished all my money in Onshape, right? So that is the hardest part. In rest, all that remains is to beg money for something that most people understand. I want to buy maybe this servo. I want to buy a printing service, you know. That's it. I think it's a good investment. As I told you guys, it's very intelligently to work just in CAD and not so much like physical space, cardboards, you know, transparent adhesive tape, cardboard, and so on. Like PVA glue. It's crazy. That's it, guys. Look there. I won't tell you this, but I care. And then I've got to work. By the way, today I have a birthday. Alright, guys. It's very interesting. It took me like 1 hour to plan all these things, like what I'm gonna do today, because I'm not lying, guys. Look, here is me, right? Here is 10:32 in terms of the hour. It's all measuring and planning just to know what you'll do throughout the day, not necessarily working. Here again, 9:23. Right, I came from a walk. You see, this was a walk. 8:40. Right. It's like a 43 minutes type of walk. Yeah, guys. Oh, guys, I know I shouldn't be thinking right now, but I didn't actually do it yesterday. To be actually thinking or dreaming um, or planning, it actually means to know exactly what you're gonna be doing today. In fact, tomorrow. Yesterday, I should have thought about what I would do today. You know, I didn't, but I must do it today. All right, I'll do it today in the evening at 7 p.m. from 7 p.m. About tomorrow, right? But now I'm doing it for today. So yeah, I think there are a lot of dumb requirements, guys, in school. For example, you have biology, then chemistry, then mathematics, then English, then Romanian, then I got, it's so crazy, man. All these mental shifts, task switching, I think makes most people less productive. I think it is a dumb requirement to switch tasks so fast, like at school subjects, for example, in the same day. My gosh. So I think it's a dumb requirement. To be honest, I would remove it in my life. But I have decided that I'm gonna switch tasks. I remember why I started that schedule that I told myself to follow in the calendar, Google Calendar, by the way. It is because I have to train myself, because it's a societal norm. Fucking shit. And it will just bring me more status. And it's just because I don't want to lose time at school. Sure, there are people that, like Eric Ju, that go in the bathrooms and don't lose time in school. But I've got to be adaptable in life. And he is. But here's one of my cases a little bit different. Sure, I still strive to be as good as him, actually better. But I don't tell this to anyone or everyone. To gain my teacher trust, my parents' trust, or to gain like my ground, I've got to show that I'm capable of listening in class, but I just don't need it because I'm more efficient here. Which means, guys, that I would be still exercising this because I've got to be great in class. Once I'm great in class, guys, I will implement more like some dreaming mode. But there is one question I don't really know. If you are just entirely focused for 1 month straight on one project, will you be the same at switching tasks at school? No, not at all, man. And I think it's very useful for an entrepreneur to be able to hyper-focus. Though in a startup, you have to do a lot of different things so often. So I think, I don't know if it's my creativity, that is bullshit. Especially that I still do creative things, projects, research. Like, I schedule as a task, being creative, right? Like, after I do history, I will be creative for 1 hour. I will do whatever I want. I'll dream, and so on. That is why, guys, I won't lose my creativity, while I will obey strategically the system while I'm escaping it. That's why I say strategically. Because you can escape it if you cannot hyper-focus and be creative, which are pretty similar, I would say. You forget about everything, focus just on one task, which means that you don't have stress. And the one way, guys, to be creative is to not have stress. To be honest. That's for most people, I think. Probably for me too, I think. We will see that. I'm willing to see it. By the way, I have to schedule like social media time and creative time in my calendar. Creative in general means like even this idea, the diameter, right? You have cut now like one creative hour, I would say. So you're already doing it. You must schedule the creative hour probably, unfortunately, in the fucking morning because I'm more creative then. Yeah, I know I'm also like the best creative, the best executive in the morning, but I've got to choose the creative because it will make myself do some very intelligent things in the evening in terms of executing, because I'll simplify so much the process of execution in the morning by using my creativity so that it will be easy to be worked on or executed like in the evening, you know. I'm willing to see. So guys, I think that's all for my creative session. Now I'm gonna schedule it on my calendar. I think I'll schedule it this evening from 7 p.m. until when I go to bed. Yes. Let's see what happens. I feel it. I must do it. You know. But until then, I'll just fucking work. Sure, not constantly because I might go to a birthday. So, not necessarily constantly though, because I might go to a birthday, but if I were to say it less aloud, it would sound like, sure, but it is not necessarily gonna be constant, because guys, I can also go to a birthday party, and it's been decided to sacrifice some hours from my work. Now we're gonna schedule creative in the evening, and social media also in the evening after planning your day. Exactly. And then we're just gonna work. If not, then I'm an ass. I'm a bullshit. Not necessarily in essence, but we're gonna see on my. Not necessarily in essence, I'm a bullshit if I will be distracted until I finish everything for today. Because I would still like watch what I have filmed on the iPad, remember myself, like what the fuck, because I also film on the phone and it's easier to remember when combining this with the iPad in terms of it filming all day long. Right, guys. Anyways, improve strategies. You see that I improved recently with some strategies of CAD, and I gotta do it faster. I know, I'm working my ass off. It will happen. I was still planning on thinking, guys, it's 10:16 p.m. and I have just came to this even better and more important realization, which is the only way to be smart, to execute fast, to progress as fast as humanly and legally possible, man, it is to apply as in zero fucking time what you have read you must do in order to achieve your goals more efficiently, right? Apply as soon as you can things that would bring you closer to your goals, as the book says or mentor says, right? Yeah, you don't know everything before starting, but that's the point, bro. That's for most people, for everyone, I would say, for a lot of people. You are gonna see whether or not it will work. If it won't work, you have the creative brain, other people have the creative brain, ChatGPT has the creative brain. You can reread that book again, you know. And trust me, it will work out eventually if you don't give up. In this context, not giving up by adapting and reflecting is what you shouldn't truly stop doing. It is a myth that you shouldn't give up, just in general, but not in this context. But why do I say in general? Because if you're doing something that doesn't work, not giving up would be a decision of a crazy man. Sure, in my case, something also doesn't work, but I mean, something that doesn't work despite the fact that you reflect and adapt. In this context, you have to give up, bro. You know, that's it, guys. So, guys, I was asking like ChatGPT, like how to organize my day better. She said, bro, in the morning you can reflect, especially before school, like from between 5:15 and 6:30 p.m., in fact a.m., you can reflect, plan your day creatively, create shortcuts. And then, yes, after school finishes at like 3 p.m., it starts at like 8:30 a.m. Yeah, school can also finish at 3 p.m., of course. Anyways, man, after school, you've got to work in executive friendly methods. Pomodoro technique, or like 50 minutes followed by 10 minutes of work, something like that, man. Because your brain isn't already as powerful as it was earlier in the day, like until finishing school, like at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., most likely. But I also like asked myself this question: wait, if I'm so creative in the morning, maybe I should plan the day in the morning, like now I can also be creative until like between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. That is true, because I don't have school, I have observed that when my executive peak is when I can focus in a longer attention span, like for 50 to 75 minutes, Also, in that period of time, I'm a great at creative thoughts and ideas, Guys, I might not necessarily be knowing what I'm doing, but it is scary and risky. You know why? Bro, when I get into school, bro, it will suck my time. And it's like being there until from 8:30 until like 2 or 3 p.m. is like crazy to me, I'm afraid that like I won't have enough time to even work for my goals, like not at all. But anyways, if I stay consistent, which I have all the reasons to do now in August, bro, you are gonna train yourself to shift from tasks to tasks more efficiently. Because the problem with school isn't that it consumes much of your time. The problem is that you switch too often between different school subjects. Yeah, right when school happens. Exactly. From maths to biology, from biology to Romanian, from Romanian to history, from history to basketball, from basketball to geography. That is fucking crazy. Not just that, but the material is consumed passively. But I'm training myself to shift from different tasks to another tasks more efficiently. Now, like with my work on a business, then on history. And by the way, guys, now I've got to work on a history. So, yes, it's 11:13 p.m. You're gonna see me work. At least I'll show you this, or will tell you about this later in the day by showing, by after I would watch what my iPad has recorded. That's it. You know, guys, I'm kind of thinking like it is actually worth for me if I truly want to give you more proof. It's worth for me to like show you my iPad in terms of what it filmed, in terms of the time that I showed from my phone here. You know, like recently I did this with my phone, and like I showed the camera what time it is right now, like this. Look at my screen. Look. You know. Guys, I think tracking my net worth is actually pretty important. It is a very important result of your success, value. No doubt. Well, unless you're just going to Olympiads, competitions, and just learning, probably not, but in my case, it's also related to money. By the way, guys, I have to tell you that now I have like 225 lays on my bank account, right? So not everything is cash. Guys, that is crazy. I'll post this video in the detailed type of progress in terms of the YouTube videos playlist. YouTube videos playlist. That's what I had to say. Because there is an apostrophe before YouTube. Because there is an apostrophe before playlist. YouTube videos apostrophe playlist. Yeah. By the way, guys, I have to tell you that I have been, let's say, resting. I mean, I've been doing stuff that's not related to my main goal in life for like 1 hour and 54 minutes. Okay, 1 hour and 53 minutes, because this video, right, basically has 1 minute already gone. And I want to go shit. Poop, sorry. What have I been doing? Let me tell you exactly, because I remember it. And it's worth telling you this, especially as soon as I remember it. My subconscious mind can even avoid prioritizing this information, so I don't know. But probably, well, anyways, let me tell you guys, it's safety pillow telling you everything, you know. Recording everything, I guess. Let's see. I have gone to the shop. I have gone to do something related to my mom's new bank card. Oh my gosh. Let's think what I could control. And if I did control everything I could, how much time would that consume me? Like shopping, helping my mother with something. Right, 1 hour 54 minutes. Probably. Bro, I don't feel like I lost time, to be honest. The single thing that I should work on is my attention, you know, which means that while I'm in the executive mode, like between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Like now in August, right? I have to be in the executive mode always, but not always, and I always have to strive, especially in this month, but also after it. I have to strive to spend lesser time on dreaming mode, like being out of shop, like daydreaming. Now, don't do that. You better look around you. That's gonna increase your social IQ. To be honest, it's definitely worth it. By the way, social IQ, it's a concept I invented. I think it's emotional intelligence though. But yeah, I guess the single way to improve your emotional intelligence is to expose yourself in different life situations. Like, be very careful to what's happening around you and like observe like other people's reasons. Sure, you're not God to do that, but just try to guess once in a while and ask people, be much more social. Like, I don't know, like, you've got to see like something similar to this. A grandmother kind of walks by something like this, by a word. So I was here. I wanted to tell you guys, let's say that in a shop or a supermarket, in fact, a grandmother walks by something like this. I think it's a wardrobe with a lot of compartments for food. Like, it can be, I won't tell you what foods there are, I also know. And she can do things like this. Look. You see, wait, sorry, let's do it again. Right, and like there can fall before in like a book or like some food, and then like there can be this, how do you call it, security type guy that says, hey, you're gonna pay for it because you broke it, right? You can be an observer, it's worth it. Just say, no, it wasn't the case. That's all. You're young, people will believe you, especially if you're confident, which you are when you're actually right, or when you strive to be more correct, at least. When you feel you're worth it, definitely. That's it. I think I shouldn't paraphrase everything else. That's it, guys. So I'm gonna poop. It's 16:32, which is 4:32 p.m. I'm gonna tell you when I start my work because it is very important. By the way, my iPad is recording, which is interesting, for like 3 hours and 24 minutes. Interesting. In fact, 25 minutes already. It is 4:58 p.m. I was at the bathroom. I started using ChatGPT, but at the end, before finishing to read the conclusion that ChatGPT was kind of telling me there, I got up from the VC. Can I call it like that? Cum spunem la veceu? Cum spunem la acel veceu din ceramică în engleză? Ceramic toilet or porcelain toilet. Right, so I got up I got up from the toilet. I got up off the toilet. M-am sculat de pe wc traducere. I got up from the toilet. Yeah, I said it correctly. Yeah, so there is also like, I got off the toilet. So I was pretty right. I'm already pretty fluent, and that's cool. I like what I'm doing. So as you see here is written like, I got up from the toilet and I got off the toilet. So it's cool. Hope you didn't see my ChatGPT history. It's pretty personal. Not that much though. Personal, I would say, not really, but pretty personal, guys. And then after I like got up from the toilet or got off the toilet, I like washed my face and brushed my teeth. It's so cringe, bro. because I'm about to go to a birthday party. It's my stepbrother, you know. He's like turning 7 years old. He's from my father. From my father. So yeah, because he's from my father, so that's cool. Yeah, after that I like send some vocals to a great friend of mine. Goes to CIT, cool. 29 minutes for just going to the bathroom? Boys, bro. I think it was like this in the past too. I think it wasn't just an exaggeration, just to impress you, that I start with such a humble story. Let's become more serious, guys. I'm working every day. It's called procrastination, to be honest. I'm working on it every day. I'm fighting it. I'm rewiring my brain, truly. Accidentally, I entered social media for 2 seconds. I get out of it fast. Guys, I kinda have 25 minutes until I have to start, until I have to pack my toys and go to my stepbrother's birthday. Can I read like 15 pages? Let's see. What should be the time? Alright, so we got 25 pages, 10 pages times 25 minutes. Oh my gosh, you gotta read one page in 0.4 minutes. 0.4 times 60. It's like 24 seconds, so we've got 12 seconds to read like bro, that is crazy. 24 seconds. Because, you know, I'm reading, my Kindle is showing first the first part of the page, then the second part of the page. That's the structure. Oh my gosh. You know, guys, now I'm in the middle of reading the game manual 0, to be honest, in terms of the session. I have 8 seconds left. Listen, I have to tell you that, in fact, building this business would be directly beneficial to the FTC team, because, like, I'd be able to, like, promote the team and team number and their, like, bank number, like, where people can donate, basically on the product. And I think I would do it, because these people have impacted me positively. To be honest, yes. They have motivated me to start learning Onshape, to be honest, and this is very important for what I'm doing right now. The experience, the credibility I was given from them, amazing. You know, guys, I usually don't talk about this, but while I was going to this birthday party, I observed that a strong wind started, and I was like starting to looking at all the trees very carefully so that none falls on me or on other people. And it seems like I was right. This one was pretty big. And I concluded this from the fact that I recently saw like a car, and on this car has fallen a tree, you know, like his windshield destroyed itself. Well, I mean, the tree destroyed the windshield though. Guys, it's 11:54 p.m. I came from that birthday party. I have to tell you that it was like 1.5 kilometers away from the house. From my house, so. Well, it's not my house, but the house I live in. Obviously, I've got to head to bed. To read, probably not a good idea for like another 6 pages. So I'm head to bed, guys, and hopefully I'll wake up. No, I will. I want it bad enough to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. That's it. It is 12:24, guys. I've stopped watching social media, and now I would like to delete some videos from my gallery that I have already posted on YouTube.